Hello and welcome, this is Mr. Icarus and welcome back to Doom Mod Madness. In this episode we're continuing the hack and slash theme we began with in Demon Steel by going medieval on their asses. It's literally the title of this particular gameplay mode. It's very descriptive, very apt. It's usually shortened down to Gmota though, just for brevity's sake. Where Demon Steel has its influences in games like, say, Shadow Warrior and Devil May Cry, I find that this game has much more classic influences, say like Gauntlet and Golden. So that's the kind of vibe that I get from this game, especially with all the little food pickups and all the little power-ups you can gain. And to see that translated into the Doom engine like this is just endlessly cool. It also makes me feel extremely old. I'm sure oh crap, Jesus! As I was saying, I'm sure this has caused me to grow a few extra grey hairs just thinking about how long it's been since I played those kind of original examples I came up with. But that golden revenant that popped out of the item box there, the first few times that happened scared the crap out of me, and then I realized they serve the same kind of function as those little imps you used to get in Golden Axe, where you just beat the crap out of them so they'll drop extra potions and bits and pieces. And that's pretty much what they are. It's a really nice touch, but still, doesn't stop me from going, oh crap, a Revenant first. Anyway, let's kill these guys and power up our sword. Because, much like Demon Steel, the whole gimmick behind the gameplay is the more you kill enemies and the more you collect mana crystals, both blue and red, the more impressive attacks and the more damage you can deal. So I'm just going to turn this Hell Knight into shredded beef. Yep. He's dead, and probably a few other things down here as well, because it's got a really devastating homing ability. It just seeks out the nearest enemy and completely tears them to pieces. But anyway, I'm just going to build up a little bit more mana before I go tearing around with my gauntlet. And the gauntlet is the other big piece of the puzzle. And what you can do with this is you can power it up, much like the sword, into a bigger, more badass version of itself, which does even more damage. I mean, look at that. Is that not cool? Is that not really cool? Let's see what damage we can do to Mr. Hell Knight around the corner here. Yeah, that happened. I have no idea what that is, but it's cool. I'll be saying that a lot. Especially with all these red balls bouncing around. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be bowlers. I'm resisting the urge to make an Ebola joke. But there's just so much. It is absolutely overwhelming amount of things that you can learn about this particular gameplay mode. And it's just compounded by the fact that you can pick up these extra items, which are usually in these floaty things or in boxes, and they themselves are affected by the amount of mana you have for particular weaponry. It is utterly insane, and hopefully I'll be able to show you some examples of what I mean. But first, let's clear the house. Yeah, there's no ambush gonna happen today. And, yep, my sword's detonated, so now I'm just gonna have to punch this guy in the face. Yeah! Can you tell I've been playing this map set a fair amount? I've been endlessly re-recording this because I always fluff my lines. You might think that whatever version that you're watching now, I'm doing pretty smoothly. I'm getting all my facts right, I'm getting all my ducks in a row. Let me tell you, I re-record these dozens of times. But anyway, less about that. Let's get on with the gameplay. We love the gameplay. Oh shit, have we just gotten rid of everything in this area already? I was hoping to show off a few more of the alternate fire features from this thing. And that right there, it's basically a turret. You see what it's doing? Is that not friggin' awesome? You can just plant it down and have it do all the heavy work for you. Granted, it does detonate after a little while, and you want to be careful not to use up too much of your powered ability, because there are a few hairy situations you can get yourself into, especially on this particular map pack. Don't know if I've already mentioned it, but we're playing on Brotherhood of Ruin, which is an extremely cool... Oh shit, is that a wyvern? Okay, bear with me, I'm just going to have to concentrate on this thing. Switch over to darts. Hopefully nail it with a powered dart. No, that didn't kill it. One more. There we go. But yeah, there's even an alternate standard fire on this thing. Is that... I was wondering what that tingy noise was. That's... I think that's a slight bug. Let's try and ignore that. I've totally forgotten what I was talking about. Oh yeah, this is a map set. This is Brotherhood of Ruin. Something I really advise you check out because it fits the aesthetic of this mod extremely well. And, excuse me while I throw a hammer at these guys. Yeah, the hammer makes a return. The hammer was available in Demon Steel. It was more a direct weapon. In this, it's more like a sub-item, like a sub-weapon. It still does a ton of damage, but you have to go pick it up again once you've used it, so you've got to make sure you're not throwing it into the ether somewhere. I'm totally going to die to another wyvern here, aren't I? No, I'm good. Dialing down difficulty was totally the right thing to do. I've been trying to record this on standard Hurt Me Plenty difficulty, and because I'm an absolute noob at Doom in general, sure, I've played an absolute crap ton of it, but I'm just no good at it. That's why I like these mods. They give me a bit more of a power fantasy. But thankfully, the way this is balanced, some people may feel that it's a little overpowered in some of the abilities that you have, but I think depending on what you're playing more than makes up for it, because this map set, Brotherhood of Ruin, can be quite difficult, especially on standard difficulty, and it will really test your ability to use your special moves to their fullest extent. Also, another neat little touch that I like about this game, that rather than the standard gore that you get from vanilla Doom, where when you kill things, they usually explode into bones and bits and pieces as well. It's a neat little touch, something that brings a little smile to my face. But anyway, I think I've got enough on this big fella to launch something impressive. Let's see what I can launch. I don't even know what that was. Did it blow up? Okay, maybe not as effective as I'd like. It blew up somewhere. But I know there's another Hell Knight in here, so I'm going to have to take care of him. Okay, we ready? We ready? I pressed the wrong button. Let's try that again. Actually, that's a Hell Baron. That was supposed to be a hell of a lot more difficult than I thought, but oh well, we're doing well. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, or a gift demon, to be more exact. I'm going to stop with the puns now. The puns are terrible. They detract from the quality of what I'm trying to bring you. But yeah, the game is all about managing your mana, making sure you have enough, picking up that extra bit of armor just to protect yourself from some of the more irritating combinations of enemies. Because it's not just like a straight palette swap. Shit, you see what I mean? These enemies can do a tremendous amount of damage to you. And trying to think of an equivalent with standard Doom enemies will not do you a lot of good. And I was hoping to show you one of the more interesting types of enemy. Oh crap, I forgot about that guy. Which was, I think it was a mage gunner. I'm trying to think of the name of him. But the kind of the analog to a revenant. Oh shit, where did you come from? I am totally losing my focus here. I'm trying to talk about other things and totally forgetting about the gameplay. But anyway, don't worry. I've got a little bit of a shortcut here. So fear not, I will be able to show you the end of this stage and maybe the start of another. But I'm sure I left an enemy behind. There we go. Hey, you never know. Maybe we'll run into a few more cool pickups. But seriously, in a single run, I probably won't be able to show you everything that's endlessly cool with this particular mod. I'm sure I did a particular move with my sword at one point that was pretty much Force Lightning. It was badass. And the extra huge jump that you can do here does mean you can cheat through the level just a tiny bit, but I'm not too worried about that. I've already played through the main part of it. I've already beaten this level, just to be exact. Oh shit, there's the mage gunner. I'm gonna have to be careful. Where is he? Where is he? I'm gonna have to charge up this baby for this one. Where are you? There we go. Taking him out as quickly as possible is the best thing to do in that situation. Yeah, let's charge this up. Did someone order a sword boomerang? No? Okay, I'll take it back. Oh, did I see I saw a chest. Let's see if we've got a cool item in here. No, it's just chicken. Floor chicken. But yeah, I just love the aesthetic. I love the way the enemies have been swapped out. I love the design of the attacks. I love the sheer variety as well. I mean, this thing here, I've got a spur shield which does genuinely block most attacks. But you can also use it as another kind of boomerang type thing, because it renews. You don't have to go pick it up. Which, because I'm a lazy bastard, is ideal for me. Ideal. You'll also notice... I'm going to have to show you this. You'll also notice this thing. I had, for the longest time, no idea what this thing was. And it turns out that when you power up a weapon like the sword, and when you throw your shield, it suddenly has a more powerful attribute. That. It's basically a mini tornado. And that takes up these little blue bolts. And I had no idea for the longest time because I was drowning in blue bolts. I was awash in blue bolts. But I've only just now figured out what it is, and I thought I'd better mention that. So let's go on to the next stage. And hopefully, maybe wrap this up a bit. I think I've been rambling just a teeny tiny bit here. I don't want to get too far off piste. But I think underholds is about as far as I've gotten so far in here. But you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner as well, this game actually tells you how many enemies are in this stage, and it also tells you how many little item boxes there are in this stage as well. So you can have maybe a little element of preparedness. But I'm going to have to be careful here because I'm pretty sure this is a trap. Yep, let's launch the boomerang. Let's try and not die. Yeah, despite the fact that some of these attacks are absolutely devastating and awesome, you're still going to have to dodge projectiles. You're still vulnerable. You're still going to take damage. There is pretty much the equivalent of God mode in this game as well, but I'll be lucky if I find the item that triggers it at this point. Oh boy, you're going to have to be careful. Let's get my shield. Let's get my sword back, actually, come to think of it. Ah, shit, I don't have enough mana to get my sword back. I'm just going to have to punch it to death. Oh well. Let's go medieval on its ass. Let's actually do what the game advises us to do. You gotta be bold. Oh, jeez. I shouldn't be too worried about Hell Knights in this game. They're actually not as troublesome as they could be. But man, I am totally about to die. I'll probably leave it to that point. I'll probably try and ramble on a little bit more, but I just love the little pickups. I love the fact that you eat, you know, toast or bread and little flagons of milk and what's the other one? Yeah, bits of roast chicken. I just find that amusing. Right, I'm gonna have to be careful. I remember this. There's a bunch of goons that come out of nowhere, and I'm gonna remember what is most effective to deal with them. That's the thing I like about this. There is an effective way to deal with certain situations depending on the weaponry you've got. And these two primary weapons are essentially Swiss Army knives. And I friggin' love them. They're immensely satisfying to use. There is an interesting trade-off with how you use them. You've got to manage your power levels, you've got to manage, you know, what you've got to play around with. And I just... Oh, shit! I forgot about that trap! But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I hope this has piqued your interest. I sincerely hope you check it out, because this, along with Demon Steel, many hours of fun have been had with this one. It's a little bit of a slower pace from Demon Steel, but I think if you've been binging on Demon Steel, this is a perfect kind of palate cleanser, just to bring you down a little bit and relax a bit more. Honestly, I could probably spend the next few years playing Doom gameplay mods. I do not need most of the crap that modern gaming is peddling, because modern gaming sucks. When you've got all of this awesome stuff coming from Doom modders for a game that was released when? What, 1994, 1995? Just baffles the mind. Baffles the mind. And I am grateful for every day I can spend checking these things out. I hope you've enjoyed it too. As always, check out the description below for links to the map pack and to the particular gameplay mod. If you need information on getting it to work, I would advise Google searching. It can be complicated, it can be a bit iffy depending on what program you're using and where, but personally, I use GZ Doom. I don't play a lot of multiplayer, which is what Zandronum is for, and if those words mean nothing to you, seriously, stick them into Google. There are forums full of helpful people. But thank you very much for watching. This has been Mr. Icarus. Icarus out!